Hey, it's Tanya, and oh my gosh, I sound terrible. I apologize. I've had a cold, and I did, when one gets a cold, one has that sort of sexy phone voice going on. Well, now I just think I've got a unsexy phone voice going on. Yes, so anyway, we will go through this and see if we can do this because I was quite chuffed with this particular layout, particularly the background. I am continuing with my Mauritius album, which was the trip that my kids went on with my parents over the Christmas period. And one of the things that I've been doing is making mixed media backgrounds for each of the layouts that I have been doing. Wow, yes, stringing the words together beautifully here, Tanya. It's just fantastic. So that stencil is a new one that I acquired. It's a Heidi Swap one. It's actually really, really pretty. And I, as you saw, put some texture paste on. Then I added some Studio Calico mists, and then I'm adding some of the Prima watercolor pencils, and there was a bit of Dilutions paint in there, and now I'm putting Tim Holtz's Abandoned Coral on. I mean, it's like we're having a party on this page. All these people getting together. And I thought if I put water on there, it might dribble down, but it didn't. So out came the trusty sponge, and I kind of just dolloped the, swipe, swipe, swipe from left to right. And then I thought, well, come on, let's put some more on. So I wanted to try and not get, when you spray something which is small like that, you get the harsh sort of lines around the edges. So I manfully tried to do it with the paper towel there. It didn't really work. But then I thought, what the heck, I'm YOLOing it now. So I just did that. And that wasn't too bad. Then I thought it was a little too much. So I went in with the white paint, which is from Ranger. So there we go. There's my background. It's actually really pretty when you see it in the flesh. And that photograph is of my oldest. While they were in Mauritius, they went and swam with dolphins. I cannot tell you how jealous I am. Well, I can. I'm about to. I am supremely jealous. I have never swum with dolphins. So this is something that I am going to put on my bucket list. Because, who doesn't want to swim with dolphins? They said it was amazing. They got to hear the clickety-clicks that they did, and they saw them, and there were schools of them, and they got to swim twice. They didn't really do, they didn't go right up close to them, but they were in the water with them. And, yeah, pretty darn fantastic. So all I'm doing here is matting my photograph. In the end, because the background is quite... I suppose you could say it's quite busy, and I didn't want to, all that hard work of mine, I didn't really want to cover up too much with pretty pattern paper. So now I thought, what should I do about my title? And I came up with this, which is, oh yeah, this was the best ever. Because what I've done now is, initially I had my June and July kits put together. Well, now I've added in a whole bunch of others that I had left over. I honestly can't remember which months they were, but they were the ones where quite heavy on the Crepe Paper Wonder collection. So that's how I'm incorporating. So now I have a ton of stuff again to try and use up, and it's been a little bit overwhelming, I will admit. But I'm doing it. I'm still waiting for my December kits because that's what's going to be my next project. When I eventually get my December kits, that's going to be super exciting. Any day now, people. Any day. Oh, maybe I should try singing with this sexy phone voice. Or not. Enamel dots on the side there, and as per usual, I can never get them to group together nicely. And when you're working with watercolor paper like that and you pull stuff off, it tends to pull the whole thing off. So I had to put that enamel dot back where I first put it. And yeah, there's a ton of frames. There were frames in I think a whole bunch of these kits that I put together. So now I'm trying to use up the frames and that mason jar. I don't know what to do with the mason jars because they are... Can you hear my cat? Seriously? He sat outside my door and he is howling his head off because he can hear me talking, but I'm not going to let him in because he's annoying. So the mason jars, I think that because they are so big, I just can't get them to work on the paper. I try. Almost every layout so far I've tried to get those mason jars on and it's just not working. So now I thought, well, I've got that. Initially, I was going to leave it with just that in the bottom left with the photograph and the title and that, but I can't do that. I battle to scrap and leave lots of white space. It's just not me. I like to fill the whole page up with stuff, and that's why I figured, let's do the frames and that card which says something about something wonderful happening. Can't remember exactly what it says. We'll see later on in the close-ups. Oh, and I did change up the enamel dots on the left side there because I needed to sort of even out the fact that I had put that little 4x4 card on, which was actually a 3x4 card before I cut it down to a 4x4 card. Now, aren't you delighted I told you that? Well, I mean, these are important bits of information when you're watching, aren't they? Yes, one needs to know. So now I'm just colouring in the wooden veneer because I've got a 3. See that of the orange colour? Yep. 1, 2, 3. See the fave and the year and the circle? And I threw that little bit of green on there because I thought it actually went quite nicely there. It says do what you love. I don't know. This is all very much about doing something which is amazing and wonderful and all the rest of it. That's pretty much what all the little bits and pieces on here are talking about. And no, that circle doesn't get on there. I don't know what I was thinking there. And I think we are coming almost to the end, really. I just stapled those on because they were the faux staples on there, so I put real staples on, being very clever there. And really all I do is off camera is I put in my journaling, and there you have it. I quite like the page. Maybe some people might, oh my gosh, my nose, sorry, here we go. Maybe some people might find it very busy, but I like it. So glad you watched, and I hope my voice isn't too awful. I will listen back, and if it is, I will not put it up. Have a great day, and I'll chat again soon. Bye.